spoke through the sky.
Derek's the thinker of the group, obviously.
Just turn everything off.
The Knobs with their Irwin Girl. Come on over to the Bluedale swimming pool where the Irwin girls always make a splash.
That's so corny.
It is.
Really,
I know, but
it's
That's like really corny.
Should you hear the Bohemian Rhapsody CD I have when they try to sing Fat Bottom Girls?
Fat Bottom Girls, yeah.
Just
So-
makes you laugh hearing it.
Wow.
Anthony, it's
Yeah.
it's corny, but
It's so corny.
the thing is, Dave Hanna and Johnny together. I
Yeah.
mean, other than Rock and
Yeah,
Roll
yeah.
Land, all of these are the brainchild of Johnny
Right.
Marsilio and Dave Hanna. And those two guys could not be so simultaneously cool and corny. Like they are,
Cool, corny,
they
yeah,
are
yeah.
like the quintessential coolest guy in the
Right.
room and the corniest guy in the room
Right.
at the same time.
Right.
I don't even know how they do it,
But
but
they,
they're amazing.
they work together. Hey, that's J.D. Warner, by the way. Say hi, guys. Let's say
Hi.
Lois,
we're
Nice
speaking
to meet you.
Dave Hanna. We have that.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
wanna-
and you know what? This is a perfect time to relate a quick story. I asked
Okay.
other, Knobs family who couldn't be here today if they had anything to contribute. And Dave remembered the story of Johnny's, of him being in a grocery checkout line, and it's the express line. And he's kind of toward the back, and there's a little old lady up front, and Johnny yells, "Hey, she has more than 8 items!" And everyone just cracks up. And like Dave said, Johnny's the guy that can walk into any bar on any given day, and everybody's his friend.
Yeah. Norm. He's the Norm.
He's Norm, but he's more of a Larry David, like he's annoying and you love him at the same time. So yeah,
Lovely.
he's just a mix of dichotomies.
So this selection,
Love
Honey Boy, right?
Boy.
And he's singing it acoustic.
Yeah, this is Dave's version of Honey Boy. This is a really touching song. So there are those touching
Yeah.
songs on these, and this is one of those Johnny wrote for. Was it his grandson at the time, or what? The nephew that they used to babysit. But anyway, it's for a little boy,
Okay.
and
And-
so Dave made a recording. He's gonna.
Well, if you just tuned in, you're probably thinking, what the heck is going on here? These are the Knobs, and they're honoring their fearless leader who's recovering.
Yes.
Right.
And he's getting better each and every day,
Yes.
right? And
Yeah.
so this
He's had
is
some serious health
some serious health
issues,
issues,
and
right.
yeah, he's getting a little better.
so this is Dave Hanna. He is the producer, recorder, engineer, or whatever. He's historic.
All of those
He's
things.
historic.
All those things.
Yes.
Historic. The guy, does he
Right.
walk on air? What does he do?
Pretty much
Yeah.
does. Corbin Hanner Band, gravel.
Corbin Hanna Band.
Yeah.
I've been trying to get them here for decades. They're just too big. They're too big.
Yeah.
We can't come to your little studio.
Too tiny, too tiny.
Too tiny. All right, here we go. This is Dave Hanna.
Hi guys, sorry I can't be in there with you today. I just wanted to do this song of Johnny's. You know Johnny's a rocker. He likes to play one rocking song after another. In fact, when he talks about playing in clubs, he says we're going to pound them into submission. But he's also got a more melodic, easier side.
See that?
Anytime we have to work out some complex harmonies or some more complex string parts or something, he's got them all worked out in his head. I always say Johnny can sing you a whole symphony as soon as he can find his starting note. Anyway, this is one of those easier songs. It's a song you'd sing to a grandchild, to a grandson. To me, it's just a perfectly written song. Every single line is neither undersold or oversold.
That's it.
It's called Honey Boy. Honey boy, it's such a great life. There's so much to learn and do, so much to see, so many things to be. Honey boy, the path won't be smooth, but I know that if you work hard and see things through, your dreams can come true. Honey boy, was over and in the past. This time I'm gonna make sure it doesn't go by so fast. Honey boy, just follow your heart. And I hope that your life is long and full of grace, and that you find your place in this world, honey boy, honey boy.
Wow. Okay, now that's beautiful. We're gonna start. I just want tell me a little bit about Johnny from your perspective. What impresses you? What your relationship? Can you talk a little bit individually about? I mean, you guys doing this good. Individually, talk a little bit about what your relationship with Johnny.
Well, I guess.
That you can say on the radio.
Yeah, I don't know, I guess I got a couple of thoughts. When I first joined the band, Johnny's a guitar player. He likes to play a Telecaster as loud and trebly as he can. And when I first joined, he wanted me to be on the same side of the stage as him, and I did that for one gig, and I said, Johnny, I can't do that anymore. I'll be deaf in a week. So I moved to the other side of the stage. So that was one thing about him, is he liked it to be loud, and you know, I don't know what else I can say about him. He just definitely had a vision for what he wanted to do on the songs. Most of the guitar parts that I played on the CDs were his suggestions. He just gave me like a basic idea on what to do, and then I took it from there. But he had all these songs pretty much formulated in his head, all the parts. And when he did the demos for the CDs, most of those parts were on the demos. He would play all the parts. And for the demos, before he handed them over to Dave Hanna, you know. And then they got developed from there. But yeah, he was just a consummate musician. He heard everything. You know, if we were rehearsing, he heard every note from everybody, and that's how we polished things up. So that's
how we polished a knob. Huh?
Yeah.
We're gonna skip him on his relationship.
So now we're gonna move to Steve and hear his thoughts.
And you way to jump in this.
That was one of them.
That was one of them.
Not a brotherhood of music. I mean, Johnny's span of just, you know, musicality or whatever you want to call it. I mean, when I first joined the band, again, some of these bubblegum songs that we were doing, he would just take and you know, add stuff to them. You know, we would do Hot Stuff by Donna Summer. I'm like, how are we going to do that, Johnny? We're not a disco band, but we did a rock version of that somehow.
Yeah, that's great.
Right?
Knobbed it up.
What was the Sonny and
knob it up? Yeah.
what was the Sonny and Cher song that we did, a rock version
Yeah,
of?
I can't remember.
And,
Oh, it's
yeah, I Got You Babe. I mean,
Rock version.
it was a rock version. I
Heavy.
mean,
Of course.
just you know, pounding, you know, and
You know, he made
Boots Are Made for Walking.
Right.
Yes.
And I mean, we would just take songs like
Pounding.
that and make them our own. So, you know, that was kind of, you know, his initial creativity.
Yeah.
And then when he really, I think, settled in with the musicians that we have, you know, Derek on drums, you know, he started to write all this good stuff for Lonely at the Bottom.
That's one of my favorites.
Right, and you know, that was the other rock and roll land. I wasn't on that, Rick was on that. When we started to formulate the players that we have today, you know, that's where I think it really kicked in with Lonely at the Bottom and Two Americas, and from there, and you know, of course, there's another drummer who's not with us on the planet anymore, Phil Falcosio, just tremendous influence.
He called
as
him
well.
what, the atomic clock?
Yeah,
Atomic
Atomic
Clock,
Clock,
Atomic
yeah.
Clock, yeah.
So, I mean, the Knobs were not short of fantastic drummers.
That's right.
That's true. Yeah, we were
segue.
blessed there.
So it's, and,
Segue.
Thank you.
yeah, so, yeah, it's the creativity, it's the versatility. I mean, again, we're rocking, we're pounding, and then we're doing Honey Boys, and
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
an Angel, and, you know, actually, we're in the midst of recording right now. We have 8 songs,
Okay.
and Dave's recorded them all. Johnny's vocals, since he came back from the first stroke, got stronger and stronger. He was playing acoustic guitar, and you know, I told him the other day, I think this is some of his best stuff.
Awesome.
You know, just from a writing perspective.
Right.
But again, from the musicality that, you know, we have together, that just, you know,
It was
drives
so,
it home.
it was so good seeing you guys at Spiels. You guys were recently at Spiels, and it was like walking in there, oh my gosh, the Knobs are here, really? And you almost say, wait, are they really here? And it's one, you guys are one of those groups that people say, are they there? Are you right? And this might be a hard question for you guys to answer. How do you guys match up with all the powerful and famous groups out of Pittsburgh? And there have been tons. How do you match up with them? And it's a hard question for you to ask, because your fans can do that. But you're up there with everybody else. What do you think? There's silence in the room.
Yeah. Honestly, Anthony, when we played at Spiels, I was amazed, and even other times I've been there since, you know, Carly and I've played, people come up and, oh, you're Tammy from the Knobs,
The
and I
Knobs,
didn't
right.
realize we had that level of notoriety.
Well, you do.
Yeah.
I mean, you could not have put this, that's a history of music right there. I mean, that's a catalog.
Yeah.
I mean, there's the Beatles catalog, there's the Knobs.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you answered it for yourself.
Beatles and the
I
Knobs.
often confuse the two.
Yeah, but we need to hear from the drummer. We haven't heard
We
much
do,
from him
we do.
today.
Oh,
so.
right here, we got it.
We need to hear from, because the drummer is one of the most important members of the
Well,
band.
Johnny would say that. He said a bar band lives and dies by the drummer.
Yeah.
That's what Johnny would always say. Yeah.
And honestly, we couldn't have pulled off the shenanigans we did if it wasn't for these 3 guys, and some of the times Phil Falcocio, right? But they're such an anchor, they're so solid that, you know, we could screw up and get lost and be interactive with the crowd.
Makes us look
They
good.
make us look good, right? Including Johnny. These guys are an anchor.
So tell us a little bit about how long you've been with the band.
I think I joined originally in '98,
Oh, yeah?
I think, yeah. I had quite a few years there.
Why did you stay?
Why did I stay? Nepotism. I guess. No, it's just a killer band, and I think that that's what Johnny sort of impressed upon me way back then was, you can learn all the music theory you want to, but it has to come from here. And I think that we all sort of latched on to is, you know, it's not about how fast you play or the amount of notes. It's, you know, it's got to come from the heart.
So you guys are talking about a certain level of mentorship. So Johnny was more, not so much a musician, friend, but a mentor musically, right?
Yes,
So he would say certain things and you guys just go with it.
yes.
And the response from the crowds would be,
Yeah, overwhelming, I would imagine.
yeah.
Yeah.
Most
So,
of the time.
so he was able to pick out, for example, when it's time to knock, when it's time not to knock.
Yep,
He could do that.
yep.
We never had a set list.
You
We
never had a set list.
list.
You
We always
just
just called what he
From
felt
his
was
head.
next. Yep.
Sometimes,
Fill the room a little bit.
you know, there were good intentions and there was a list but that we
Yeah.
never followed.
No.
Yeah.
We
Tried
tried
the
to
first 2 songs maybe, but
Yeah.
Have you ever started a song in different keys and go, wait, what are we doing? Have you ever done that?
Oh, sure.
Yeah? How do you recover?
I did that today.
Okay.
Did you notice?
It happened today.
Yeah, but today.
Well, okay, so what venue haven't you played that you want to play?